Georgia Pacific. It's a name you've likely seen stamped on napkin packaging, paper towel dispensers, and possibly even pallets of lumber. As a Koch company, Georgia Pacific makes many of the everyday essentials you can find woven into your daily life. Today, we showcase Dixie and all the unseen ingenuity it takes to get these disposable paper plates to your dinner table.
Georgia Pacific acquired the Dixie brand in the early 2000s, and the Dixie brand had already been around for almost 100 years. The Dixie brand is known and loved by consumers across the United States, and we've been able to use that consumer passion to help us understand their needs and problems, develop new products that meet those needs, and really give us this advantage position in the market where people trust the Dixie brand and they look to the Dixie brand for their meal and beverage occasions.
The journey from pulp to paper plates is a testament to innovation and meticulous testing. Discover the behind-the-scenes processes that ensure every Dixie Ultra plate lives up to its name.
I will put the roll into the press. That way the operators can get it mounted onto the press. They will then set a splice, which will allow the press to stay continuously moving. The print decks will pick up and then put the picture or the design onto that substrate, which would be the board. Once the ink is put onto the board, it'll go through the coating, which keeps the ink separated from the food that would potentially be on the plate or bowl. Then it will get spliced out and finished off in the converting process.
My role is to basically turn paper into plates. They bring me out a roll. The first thing I'm doing is I'm cutting the plastic away from the roll, taking out the tappy labels, setting those aside so we have an identification for the roll that goes with the roll wherever it is. Then I put tape across the roll so that I can do a splice when it's time to change the roll. Once we get that roll going past that tape splice, typically we're running in a good place. Once the machine is running, I'm doing a quality check on it, just a quick spot check to make sure there's no defects coming out. Anything that we have going on, we're handing it down to the packaging department. I want to make sure that everything that I'm sending them is within quality spec.
We come in and we keep everything in our area stocked. So we have a CB magazine, which is basically just where those flattened pieces of cardboard go, and those run out quick. So you're constantly all day long loading them up. And then we also have 5 things of poly we would have to change. Each roll lasts usually about 6 hours. And then the quality, that's honestly probably the main thing, is just making sure everything stays up to par. Every single little detail we check before it goes out on the floor, just to make sure that they're paying for good product.
Superior plates and better meals aren't just at stake. Georgia Pacific strives to be a model for the industry in terms of its stewardship initiatives and customer-centric approach. At Georgia Pacific, stewardship means responsibly managing resources.
I serve as a product steward and quality manager. It's making sure that the objectives for safety and quality are all in place. Part of stewardship is recognizing not only do we have a responsibility to produce a wonderful product, we also have a responsibility to the environment. What happens to the rest of the paper? Well, it's pulled away and it goes to a shredder, that's baled, and then that's taken off to another vendor who will recycle that. When I walk into the store, the first thing is I want to see the paper plates, I want to see the cups, I want to see the bowls. When I see Dixie on the shelves, it lets me know the customer have the opportunity to choose the best product on the market.
Paper science, that's one of the key parts of our Dixie products. They're all paper-based products, so being able to make paper and make it well and innovate the paper that we use is critical to the success of Dixie. Knowing that I have a small part in making a product that people use every day, that's a really good feeling.
Well, Bowling Green was started with a real team-based atmosphere. There's no one particular job that's more important than the other one. It takes the whole group, And so we have to have everybody's input, buy-in, and that collaboration to make the whole thing work. The things that we do here in Bowling Green actually fan out to all of the Dixie plants. We're really pushed to do innovative work here and then to share that among the other plants. We're all working together because it's the success of the one Dixie that makes success at all the plants.
I get the opportunity to come to our facilities several times a year, and I always leave confident about the future of the Dixie brand when I get to spend time watching what these teams do to be able to solve problems, address challenges, collaborate together. Their passion, their enthusiasm, their desire to come in every day and make Dixie better, to do it safely, do it with the highest quality, do it through a concept of integrated teamwork, it leaves me feeling more enthusiastic and more motivated as I return to Atlanta to help work on the Dixie brand. Georgia-Pacific's future, as we think about innovation and sustainability, is to continue to figure out what's going to create the most value for our consumers, for our customers, for our business operators, and for all of our partners. Those ideas that are going to create long-term value is what we're going to pursue.